February 1st, these two teams met at the Siegel Center in downtown Richmond. Now we're at the Robbins Center on the west side of Richmond, Virginia. A little over 6 miles between the campuses, VCU and Richmond. As we take a look at our starting lineup, VCU brings a lot of punch off the bench, but Luke Bamboye starts at center. Terrific shot blocker for the Spiders. Mike Walls, a point center in the Princeton offense. So very different roles for the big men. Ryan Odom regarding the NCAA tournament talks surrounding VCU. Clearly, we're playing for something. Meanwhile, but Chris Mooney, the winningest coach in Richmond basketball history, he showed them Tennessee and Florida. January 7th, Tennessee beat Florida. Florida beat Tennessee by 30 and then came back on February 1st. Exactly switched results. So yes, it was a 41-point game back on February 1st. Richmond hopes to stay in this one. We'll get into the NCAA tournament resume and numbers, but this is a quad 4 game for VCU. They already have one quad 4 loss, so simply for your at-large NCAA tournament chances, you cannot afford to lose this game.
No question about it, Carly. You can't do that.
And Bamboye gets it on the block, digging down Jason Roach. That would be a possession arrow pointing it to Richmond.
Beat Key Carter, in my opinion, the first 4 or 5 minutes. Can the Spiders hang in there, have some good things happen so their confidence will grow.
And Richmond has gotten off to a lot of slow starts. Now they've come back in a lot of games to make them interesting down the stretch. They have a lot of close losses. They took Loyola to overtime here. But slow starts has been an issue, including when they got down 14 early in their last game at St. Joe's. Tyne misses his first look, but it's out of bounds off the Rams. Richmond basketball.
VCU plays tremendous defense, Carter. Hold people to 62 points a game, 39% for the field. That's outstanding.
11th in the nation scoring defense and field goal percentage, but second in the A-10. George Mason, better defensive numbers, although VCU put up 47 second-half points against George Mason on Saturday.
Right, Coach. My players thought defense was a town in South America at times. So gotta play D.
Meaning nowhere close, right?
Nowhere close.
B. Artis White and Mikael Tyne, a diminutive backcourt for Richmond. This is Neshkovich. D's it up, fires to White.
Oh!
First made 3 for the Richmond Spiders, and that's going to be necessary for Richmond.
No question. It's a big key to the game. If the Spiders want to hang in there, got to get hot from downtown.
This is Shulga, who has the hot shooting hand for VCU. Bamboye bumped, count the bucket, and it's a foul on Jason Roach. So Luke Bamboye, who was not a huge offensive presence, chance at a 3-point play.
Way downtown, a heck of a shot by White. And boy, as you said, not a great offensive play, tremendous shot blocker, but nice finish on the pick and roll.
Bamboye misses the chance at a 3-point play. And a good crowd here tonight for Capital City Classic between VCU and Richmond.
Great crowd. As you said, Carter, it's a great basketball city. They love this game.
Tyne turns the corner off the dribble handoff. Rebound into the hands of Bamisiel after he was saved by Jack Clark.
It's a veteran team, VCU. A lot of players have a tremendous amount of experience.
Shulga, one of them, off the baseline. 5th-year senior who played for Ryan Odom at Utah State. Came with him to VCU.
Richmond wants to take their time and necessite the other team. Put them to sleep.
Walls, there's the signature back cut look and then kick back out. Walls, lone 2, boarded by Bamisiel.
He can make that shot. Pretty good 3-point shooter.
Bamisiel, their leading scorer, attacks, and now Philip Russell, 5th-year senior off the shot fake, finds Shulga. Good look from inside to outside, and that's been the offensive formula for VCU.
I love Shulga. Tremendous player. Young man from the Ukraine. Terrific player.
Coming off a 22-point effort versus George Mason. Averages nearly 4 assists a game as well. Got a do-it-all player for VCU. Tyne gets down the baseline, throws it in reverse, and a nifty move getting past Bamboye and to the rim for Tyne.
I love Mikael Tyne. Gutty little guy. Leading scorer last 5 games for the Spiders.
Averaging 16 a game during that stretch. That is ripped away by Walls. Then Tyne gets on the floor. And now another tie-up. Possession arrow will be VCU ball this time. But two Spiders on the floor to try and get the loose ball.
Yep. Kick it out. Shulga, the best plays in the 8-10. Nice roll. We'll take it. Tyne, nice. Use the rim as a protector. Nice reverse English. Forget about it. Spiders are here to play, Carter. Usually they have slow starts. First few minutes here, they've been hanging in there.
Shulga's last 6 games, he's over 51% from 3. That one rolls off from Russell, boarded by Mike Walls.
The Spiders don't want to get in a run-and-shoot contest. They don't have the firepower that VCU has. They'll try to anesthetize the crowd.
Adjusted tempo from Ken Palm. Richmond is 340 in Division I college basketball. So VCU's not a huge fast break team, but clearly more comfortable playing a quicker tempo as Walls misses, boarded by Bamasil. Here come the first subs of the game for VCU as Bamasil misses. Tap, rebound, Walls. Nice board from Walls.
Yeah, good player. Got 2 good three-point shots. He can make that shot.
Well, mission number 1 for Richmond. Get to the under 16 in the game. It's 5-5, so it's a low-scoring, slower tempo, tie game. But here comes VCU with a steal from defense turning into offense.
Exactly. 8 steals a game. Do a great job defensively.
Into the corner. Russell fires another 3 and rattles it home. So off the steal from VCU, a made 3 for Russell, and the Rams lead.
Yep, do a great job pressuring the ball.
Shulga picks up time. They bring Zeb Jackson, a terrific on-ball defender, off the bench. He's ready to sub in along with Christian Furman. Now the next time out, Roach launches and hits. The second made 3 for Richmond.
We can make shots. Roach, transfer from the Citadel, Carter.
3rd year as a Spider. Richmond only shoots 31% from 3.
Yeah.
That's low for a Richmond team, low for a Princeton offense.
No question.
Van Boye in the paint off a nice look from Bamasil.
Nice pass by Bamasil.
Shulga and now Bamasil pick up Tyne in the backcourt. A long night for the ball handlers going up against VCU.
Exactly. But great pressure on the ball. And they're very deep, Carter, as you know. Very talented, very deep, and very experienced.
White comes off the dribble handoff. Back out to Roach. Shot clock winding down. This is Walls. He has to give it up. Tyne. Shot clock winding down. Partially blocked. That'll be a shot clock violation. And it's VCU ball. VCU by 2.
Two schools not far apart here, and we have great battles. Bob Huggins is a great coach, and there's a lot of great ones. St. Joe's, all right, did a great job against Villanova, UCLA, and Southern Cal, right, Manhattan and Fordham and the Bronx, and other ones. So there's a lot of great rivalries, city rivalries, and this is certainly one of them.
I would put the relationship between Chris Mooney and Ryan Odom maybe more cordial than you and Huggy back in the day.
Yeah, no question. Huggy and I, we're not going to each other's daughter's wedding, that's for sure. But he was a great coach. After we both left our respective schools, we got along, and I went to see him in West Virginia when he coached down there. We did a game. He invited me over his house. We had a couple of adult beverages, so we're okay now.
Zeb Jackson on ball defense off the bench. Kick out. White rims out. Clark has the rebound. Clark extremely hot hand shooting the 3. Buries his first look on that last VCU possession. And here's the 7th-year senior Clark down the baseline. On the Bamasil kick out. Clark again. This one rims out. Ripped away by Geshkovich.
Great offense by VCU. Shared the ball back and forth. Spiders are lucky. That shot was halfway down.
Back cut, that's bump. Looks like Shulga's going to get whistled as we take a look at the keys to the game brought to you by Daisy Cottage Cheese.
VCU own the glass, especially offensive rebounding. Push the tempo. They won a game in the 70s or 80s. For the Spiders, take care of the rock, don't turn it over. Great pressure D by VCU and knock down threes. They're going to make threes to hang with this terrific VCU team.
Well, you point out VCU offensive rebounding. They average 13 offensive rebounds a game, but don't have one yet in this game.
No, they're tremendous athletes. They really get after it and pound the glass. They do that great, Cottage. You know, offensive rebounding, block shots, and steals. Those are three things they do really, really well.
And by contrast, the Richmond Spiders, one of the worst offensive rebounding teams in Division I. That was out of bounds off of Brandon Jennings, so Richmond basketball.
But the late great Chuck Daly said, shooting makes up for a multitude of sins. So the Spiders can make some threes, they get a chance.
That's Colin Tanner. Misses his first look. Rebound by Zeb Jackson. He pulls the rebound. He runs the Rams. Gets it back from Shulga on a nice look. And Zeb Jackson, right off the bench, it's an 8-0 run for VCU to take command.
Great poise that time. VCU's got 5 guys that have played Carter 5 years or more, so tremendous experience and poise for VCU.
And on that inbound in the backcourt, 4 VCU defenders in their full court man pressure. Back cut, White gets it, bumped by Jackson, but it's a play all. Looked like Jackson rolled up, and John Gaffney doesn't blow the whistle, and it's turnover by Richmond.
Nice back, attack the basket. Good call, no foul. I didn't see a foul. He went straight up. Spiders got to be careful now. Danger territory.
8-0 run. Richmond hasn't scored in 3 minutes. The depth of VCU. You bring Jennings off the bench. Bring Jackson off the bench. We'll see. There's another bump. Furman now at center. So an 8-0 run by VCU.
I hate the rule. If it beat Dayton on the road, it was a quad 1 win. That should stay permanently a quad 1, I think, for anybody. You know, quad, but you're right. They're not there yet, but they deserve to be in the big dance.
Well, it is a scheduling challenge, really, for all teams in the A-10, but nobody's going to come play at VCU at the Siegel Center, so you're relying on the neutral court events. They beat Colorado State, neutral, and Henderson, Nevada. They also beat Miami and BC, ACC schools, but they're obviously having terrible years, so that win doesn't do you much.
Exactly. I used to play teams with no necks and no uniforms, Carl. I didn't want to play great teams. But, you know, once again, you're a quality team like VCU, and the big guys are afraid to play them. Even, we talked to Brian Orm today, you and I, he said even going on the road, a lot of big schools don't want to play because they get knocked off. Yeah.
You know, but give them credit, they went to Albuquerque and played at the Pit.
Yeah.
So it's not like VCU was ducking anybody in the non-conference. You go to one of the toughest home environments in college basketball, but then you lose to Seton Hall. That's a quad 4 on a neutral court, and again, this is a quad 4 game for VCU. You can't drop another one.
No, you cannot. You know, Brian Orm's dad, Dave Orm, was a great scheduler. He was a master class. He knew who to play, when to play, put a lot of time. He said almost as much time in scheduling as he did in recruiting. So scheduling is super important, even more today's game.
The artist White brings it up for Richmond, but the scoring drought over 3.5 minutes for the Spiders. Presently a 9-0 run for VCU. Tide launched it on the way up. That'll lead to a run out. Bamasil, two-handed flush with the point to the VCU fans on the baseline with flourish from Joe Bamasil.
Great athlete. It's another example, Carl. The defense gets their offense going.
So since we were tied at 8 in a slow tempo, low scoring start to this game, VCU starting to explode. They had a 15-0 run against George Mason, presently 11-0 against these Spiders.
Tremendous defense. That's what they do best, Carter. Defense. Now, when a team's playing this tight as VCU is doing Richmond, you got to swing the ball movement, play, put your head down, drive, get to the free throw line, cause some fouls, attack the basket off the bounce.
Neshkovich has not attempted a shot yet for Richmond. And now Tanner off the shot fake, sends Bamasil flying, and a nice move from Colin Tanner, sophomore who shows some real promise for Richmond.
Giant basket for the Spiders.
Well, VCU is 5 of its last 6 from the floor. Bamasil on the wing through the bump by Time. Zeb Jackson gives it up, and now Bamasil from outside. He has the last 5 for VCU.
Tremendous player, veteran guy, tremendous talent.
Over 1,400 career points in his 4 collegiate stops. Had a chance to visit with Joe after practice yesterday. He's a huge mental health advocate. Time gives it up. Walls for 3. That was one Richmond really could have used.
0 for 3 from downtown. Wall's a good shooter, but right now, can't make one.
So this is Russell, 5th-year senior from St. Louis.
Emotional leader of the team.
Bamasil off the shot fake, so VCU gets it to the player with a hot hand. Their leading scorer. Nice look. Bamasil cross court. Bell switches to the left and finishes. Off the look from Joe Bamasil. It is timeout Richmond. 19th in the nation, according to Ken Palm, most three-point shot percentage-wise.
They take a lot, Cardi, yeah, no question about it.
But they're getting better looks from 3 right now during this dominant 6-game win streak.
They're playing very, very well. Trying to turn up the pressure. Spiders got to swing the ball, put your head down and drive. Try to get to the free throw line.
Here's Ty, turn in the corner, gets in the paint, and now pulls it back out. They get a switch off, so Furman out there guarding Ty. So the big man on the guard Ty. He gives it up to Rhodes. Deep 3, rattles home right over Bamasil.
That was a prayer. Prayer was answered.
3rd made 3 for Richmond. Russell cut off, finds Jackson at the top of the circle. Good look. Russell to Zeb Jackson. B. Artis White bringing it up. So White and Tyne taking turns bringing it up against the full court pressure by VCU.
And they put great pressure on the ball.
White pulls up from the elbow. Boarded by Michael Bell. Bamasil lost the handle and then saved right into the hands of Furman. VCU ball. Russell. Cut off. Deep 3. Short from Zeb Jackson. This game was tied at 8, then a 16-2 VCU run. Tyne stops, floats, and rattles it home. The sophomore from Toronto.
Leading scorer in the last 5 games for the Spiders.
Richmond playing without their best player, Delani Hunt. Fractured foot, January 8th, surgery 6 weeks ago. Bamasil gets to the hoop, so Bamasil now with 7 in the first half.
Terrific player, very strong, physical. Hurt you a lot of different ways, Carl. Defensively, block shots, could do it all.
Long 2 goes for Tyne, so Mikel Tyne has answered the call. He has 6 points for Richmond, continuing his scoring streak.
Gonna get a little help.
Zeb Jackson attacks down the baseline. And then flip it over to Russell. Wide open 3 from the top of the key.
Terrific shot. Russell's an excellent player.
7 made threes in the first half for VCU. They made 16 threes in the first meeting on February 1st. It's the largest lead of the game for VCU. Looks like we have a stoppage from the officials. Something at the scorer's table to double check. But we will. VCU is shooting 71%, 9 assists, 7 made threes.
Playing great. Here we see an example of penetrating pitch. Jackson goes in. Defense tries to help a little bit. All right, pushes over here. All right, he kicks it. All right, to Bamasil for a shot. penetrate pitch. Boom. Bama Seal fades a little bit. Easy money. The Bama Seal. Great offense by the Rams.
Not just a 6-game winning streak, but they're blowing everybody out during this 6-game winning streak, including the big Saturday win over George Mason. But plus 21.5, and not to get into all the numbers, but that counts in your net ranking.
It does, yeah.
So that's a piece of the puzzle why VCU has such a good net at 31.
They're playing great.
It's been under review
like
for
an
a
NCAA
timing
tournament
error,
team
which
to
we
me.
used.
Ryan Odom just loves coaching this team. He literally told us, really fun to coach, very gratifying, unselfish basketball, but the main point to his team, keep charging ahead. No looking back, no looking at the numbers you put up so far, just keep moving ahead. Pete, what do we have?
Yeah, the game clock stopped, so they just adjusted it. Everything's fine now.
Okay, that's an excellent summary.
Yeah, no.
I wish all recruits were.
Not
Maybe
a
we
whole
should put
hand
you
spot.
back out there in stripes, Pete. Rejected by Bam Boye. One of the nation's best shot blockers sends the Rams on the run into the 3 for Philip Russell.
Wow. Another example. The defense gets their offense going.
Foul called as Russell goes for the steal. The second block of the game by VCU. First for Bam Boye.
Bam Boye averaged over 2 blocks a game. Boom. Kept it in bounds. Late great Bill Russell did that. He blocked shots, kept it in bounds, and the Celts were off and running.
He has 59 blocks on the year, 3rd in the A-10. A lot of good shot blockers in this league, led by Miles Rubin at Loyola. But he's got 59 blocks in only 16 minutes per game.
Amazing. Bama Seal block shots too, as you know, Carter. And so does Christian Furman. So they block shots very well.
So Bam Boye by himself, and not even 17 minutes a game, has 2 fewer blocks than the entire Richmond team. It is a strength for VCU, a weakness for Richmond, but Mikel Tyne, again, doing his part. He's got 8 points.
You got to love Mikel Tyne, Carter. Right now, he's a one-man band. He's got to get some help.
Shulga kicks opposite. 3-ball goes for Philip Russell. So back-to-back threes by Philip Russell. 9 made threes in the first half for the Rams.
Unbelievable.
They're shooting 74% in the first half against Richmond.
I love what they did. Last night they shot here. As you know, we were watching their practice. They shot at VCU this afternoon.
Roach misses the 3. Long rebound into the hands of Tyne, so to reset it to 20 on the shot clock. Tyne into the paint, walls off, and then into the corner. That 3 goes from Neshkovich, and finally something from Dušan Nešković. That was his first shot of the game, and it's a 3.
Credit the defense by VCU. He's the leading scorer right now for the Spiders with 14 a game overall. Tyne's been hot the last 5 games.
And his strength is getting to the free throw line. 0 free throw attempts for Richmond in this game. They haven't shot a free throw yet. Russell through some contact off the glass. Russell's got the hot hand now.
Yeah, transfer from UT Arlington. Tremendous addition. Carter getting him was fabulous, and also getting the young man Clark was an excellent pickup.
They have some well-traveled players on this team. That foul is on the floor. Russell with his 4th program, but who's player of the year?
Player of the year right now, it's a toss-up between Johnny Broom and Cooper Flagg. Johnny Broom and Cooper Flagg. I go to Johnny Broom right now, Carter. Flagg is coming on strong.
Well, Philip Russell's playing like an All-American in this game for VCU. He has 11 points, 2 assists. Off the shot fake, there's Walls. Nešković with a nice shot fake to create for Mike Walls.
Yeah, Walls got to give him some points. Double-figure scorer. He's got to help him a little bit.
And that's his first bucket.
Yep. So
well into the game, Richmond down double digits before either Nešković or Walls scores for the Spiders. And now Shulga, the 10th main 3 of the first half for VCU.
On fire.
Shulga's 2nd made 3. Tyne has 8 for Richmond. Into the corner, this is B. Artis White. Rattles home the triple. The fifth made three for Richmond. So that's the good news. You've just given up way too many threes on the defensive end.
Exactly.
Nice pass inside. Clark from Russell, who then gets it back. Russell off the shot fake. Zeb Jackson sharing the basketball onto Clark as the Rams whip it around in the half court. Russell finally attacked, bumped. That's an offensive foul. So Richmond holds its ground and an offensive foul drawn.
Great offense by VCU, but terrific defense by the Spiders. Nice way, step in, take the charge by Roach.
And that is the second personal foul on Philip Russell. So the only thing that has slowed Philip Russell has been the second personal. With his 11 points, he sits on the bench, but excellent defensive patience by Richmond.
Yeah, did a great job, Roach. Russell with a valuable pickup for VCU. Emotional leader, talented point guard.
White, floater, rolling.
Spiders still have some bite in them, but playing a tremendous team.
White and Tyne have combined for 16 in this first half.
Yeah,
on the run, Zeb Jackson, just too easy getting to the rim.
Yeah. Spiders don't have a shot blocker. They don't protect the rim.
Trap in the corner from Shulga and Banasile. White manages to get it out. Beagle, can they get it across? Just barely beating the 10-second backcourt count. And now Tyne launches a three. An air ball, and the VCU fans who have made the 6-mile trip to Richmond's campus, let them hear. Good crowd on hand. I mean, say this about Richmond. They're still fourth in the league in attendance with a team that's 5-10 in conference play.
Very impressive, man. Great basketball town. Two great basketball schools.
Clark launches. Rebound pulled down by Jonathan Beagle, the junior from Hudson Falls, New York. Spent a couple years at Albany.
It's an upset when he missed a three-card. You're surprised they're shooting so well. Made 16 last time, right, when they played.
Beagle off the window. That's a big boost from Jonathan Beagle. A chance at a three-point play.
Nice ball fake. He's in. Going to the glass. Use the glass. Nice finish by Beagle.
The foul was on Bamboye, his first. Played just 14 minutes versus George Mason because of foul trouble, but that's just his first. And here comes the first free throw attempt of the game for Richmond.
Richmond's got to attack the basket off the bounce. Swing it side to side, Carter, and then drive the ball. Try to get to the free throw line.
9th in the nation, 79% from the foul line, and right on cue, Beagle misses.
When it rains, Carter, it rains.
Well, that's pressure, Pete. That is really insightful.
We'll try to bring some new stuff, but it's raining threes right now.
Banasile inside Bamboye turnaround, and it drops for Bamboye. And Bamboye averages just 3 points per game. He's given them 4 in this first half.
So much for the letdown by VCU. Great win Saturday against George Mason. Tied for first now. Here we go.
And now Clark with a run out. Reverse Jack Clark. The 25-year-old Jack Clark is older than Bones Highland, who was a first-round pick 4 years ago out of VCU.
7th year, Carter. 7th year in college. Great addition.
But it is case in point, Pete, exactly what you're saying for VCU. Defense off a steal turning into a run-out reverse dunk for Jack Clark.
That's what they do best. They do a lot of things really well, but the defense, blocking shots, steals, deflections, that helps. And their offense is good, but their defense, to me, is outstanding.
1-1, Richmond in the bonus, 17 fouls. That was the first personal on Zeb Jackson, so B. Artis White gets a second free throw. Jack Clark, talked about 7 years, but most notably last year at Clemson, They were Elite Eight, and people may forget this about Clemson. They finished 6th in the ACC, went to the Elite Eight. And NC State, who finished 10th, went to the Final Four. So incredible runs, including Jack Clark. And Clemson, we're back in 30 seconds.
In a large bid. So, terrific league. And, they don't get the respect they deserve all the time. Two teams got in last year, Duquesne and Dayton. They both won the first round of the NCAA tournament.
And of those 8 A-10 tournament champs, 3 of them have been the 6th seed, including Duquesne last year and Richmond in 2022. So, I mean, 3 times in the last 5 tournaments, a 6th seed has won. Anything can happen in the tournament in D.C. this year. Shot clock winding down. Jackson regains possession, leans in, no foul call. Would have been a goaltending as well. Instead, it's an offensive rebound. Bamisiel turns around, misses. Bamisiel bumped on the way up. 2 offensive rebounds on the possession by Joe Bamisiel.
It's one of the things they do best. Carter mentioned before, offensive rebounding for the Rams. Athletic, quick, aggressive, strong, attacking the hoop.
So Joe Bamisiel, there's no way we could get into his entire college basketball journey, but he returned home from Oklahoma to help care for his father, who was facing health problems. Initially ineligible, then last December, the 2-time transfer rule was struck down in court, so he was immediately eligible for VCU. He's pursuing his master's in rehabilitation and mental health counseling in the College of Health Professionals. And when we talked to him yesterday, he said, it's fun to be a part of a generation that is making sure that the whole person is okay. Men and professional athletes, and athletes, student athletes as well, taking care of their mental health.
Very impressive young man. We talked to him yesterday, Carl. You said really important, the mental health for him.
Behind 10 made threes in the first half. 51-33, 47 in the second half against George Mason. That's an incredible number because George Mason, one of the best defensive teams in the country. And then they better that with 51 in the first half on the road at Richmond. So the Rams are peaking at the right time. We've showed just some of the numbers, but this is a phrase that doesn't get used as much in college basketball. The eye test. I think VCU, especially with winning 12 of the last 13, huge win over George Mason, and now this one, I mean, they look like an NCAA tournament at-large team.
No question about it. They're an NCAA tournament team. They deserve to go. They still got to earn it. Not done yet, but it's like a tremendous team to me. A lot of experience, a lot of talent, great coaching by Ryan Odom.
Now Richmond goes to Neshkovich for just his 2nd shot of the game right out of the half. And now on the other end, Max Shulga attacks, and he gets fouled with a trip to the free throw line. So Shulga with 7 points and 2 assists in the first half.
VCU shot 70% from the field on the road, 70%.
And 12 assists for VCU. Shulga, who played a year for Craig Smith at Utah State. Sad to see Craig Smith time at Utah is done. So VCU and George Mason tied record-wise, but the only regular season meeting between VCU and George Mason was Saturday. So that means the Rams in first place by virtue of the tiebreak over George Mason. So a chance at a regular season title, #1 seed in the A-10 tournament, although last year when Richmond was the #1 seed in the A-10 tournament, they lost in the quarterfinals. The 6th seed Duquesne ended up winning the A-10 tournament.
Yep, Duquesne won the first round of the tournament, so did Dayton. So A-10's a terrific league.
And that is foul called. That bails out Tyne because he was falling out of bounds. But a foul is called. It's on Philip Russell, and that's his 3rd. Russell disagreed, but he's going to head to the bench anyway, and he does so with a smile. Tommy Morrissey.
They bring in Zeb Jackson, a tremendous player. He would have been the starter. He got hurt preseason, card, as you know, and terrific player. So they come at you in waves and waves, like the Atlantic Ocean, VCU. Waves and waves.
Zeb Jackson should be shoo-in for A-10 Sixth Man of the Year. I mean, he plays starters minutes. He's their fourth leading scorer and rebounder as Bamasil easily gets to the rim, giving him 11 points. Largest lead of the game for VCU. In the first meeting, they were up 31 at the half.
Amazing. Now, well, all machines. Veteran team, very talented. Terrific coaching, so they got everything, Carter. Still got to earn the big dance, but if they get in, nobody will want to play these guys, that's for sure.
Neshkovich off the shot fake. Shot clock winding down. Walls, back cut, tied. Beating the shot clock.
Yep. Nice pass, excellent finish by Tom.
Chris Mooney played at Princeton for the great Pete Carrill. So the Princeton offense, it used to be rare, and now its principles are everywhere in basketball.
Yep.
But Richmond is definitely Princeton offense.
Yeah. Chris Mooney's a tremendous coach. Last year he won 23 games, co-champions in the A-10 along with Loyola Chicago. So Chris, a great coach, but he lost his top 4 scorers card. That's tough.
Shulga air ball on the baseline, boarded by Mike Walls. Mooney was last year's A-10 Coach of the Year.
Yep.
Time pulls up, boarded by Clark. Shulga in the front court. Attacks, gets in the paint. Bamboye catches, Bamboye spins, baseline. Nice move from Luke Bamboye. 8 points in the game for the big man, mostly known for his D.
Terrific defense, he's growing up. Tremendous rim protector for the Rams.
Bamboye, 1 block. He had only 1 on Saturday versus George Mason, but it was a momentum-changing block in that game. Clark off the shot fake, whip it back around, open look Zeb Jackson Jr. He shot fakes and gets to the free throw line off the drive as the Rams continue to whip it around the half court. But you talked about what Richmond lost on the last year's team. Their biggest loss was Delani Hunt, fractured foot, January 8th, and surgery was 6 weeks ago. And Delani told us today there's a possibility he could come back, potentially for the end of the regular season or the A-10 tournament. Not just their leading scorer, leading assists, leading steals. He was the lone team captain. I mean, that was a devastating blow for this year's Richmond team.
That's the word, Carter. Devastating. Tremendous player, leader, created shots for himself and his teammates, leading scorer, as you said. Tough play. Got to be lucky. Got to be lucky as a coach or as a player not to be unlucky. And unfortunate, big loss for the Spiders.
And that's the end of his eligibility. But note this, Delani Hunt, he's getting his degree in film studies this spring, so he is an aspiring director. Pointed out, it's kind of like being a point guard. You need a team with a vision.
Exactly.
Neshkovich on the wing, Sulis into the game. Ryan Sulis, redshirt freshman, had a medical redshirt last year. Neshkovich off the shot fake, dumps it off, finds Sulis. Sulis is blocked, but a foul is called. Christian Furman going for the block. Looks like he picks up the personal.
Great pass by Neshkovich.
You know it well from your time here in Virginia.
Yeah.
Richmond is a basketball-crazed city.
It is a great city, for sure. You know, Dick Tarrant coached at Richmond, was a legend, won NCAA tournament a bunch of times, won a couple of big upsets games, beat your alma mater Syracuse
Right,
and won
15 over the 2.
Yeah, and great. Tremendous. John Beeline was here, so another great coach. Coach at Michigan after that. So there's a lot of great coaches. Jerry Wainwright, another great coach. They've had tremendous coaches, and VCU certainly had one great. Shaka Smart, right, taken to the Final Four. A lot of great coaches were here. Tremendous basketball city.
Now rims out. Sulis goes 0 for 2 at the line. Richmond, who has been terrific from the free throw line all year, not so tonight. They're just 2 for 5 from the stripe. That was one of the main paths to staying in this game with VCU, was at the free throw line, and they only have 2 points from the stripe.
Yeah, they're not attacking the basket like they have to.
Clark, what a find. Bamasil off the shot fake, takes it in tight. Tyne rips down. Bamasil out of bounds, but it was touched by the Spiders. Just 1.9 on the shot clock.
Yeah. Got to watch a lob to the rim. Bamasil's going to get a lob.
There it is. There's Bamasil's lob. Just like you diagnosed that it rolls out. Boarded by Sulis. That would put VCU under 70% shooting in the game.
Yeah.
Now Villanova 1985 versus Georgetown territory as Clark called for that foul.
Yeah. Got to go north and south. Attack the basket.
First personal, third team foul.
3 team fouls on VCU. They do foul a lot.
They do.
But because of the depth, I mean, aggressive defense, going for steals, and then also because of the depth, I mean, when we talked to Ryan Odom about that yesterday, not a major point of concern, the number of fouls they're committing per game.
Exactly, because their depth and their talent. But you got to attack them. Go at the basket.
Roach straight away spins out, and then a foul on the rebound. If it's on Furman, that would be his second, fighting for that rebound with Sulis.
Yeah. They do foul a lot. They're aggressive, they're clean, but they're physical and aggressive. They do foul.
It is the second on Furman. Neshkovich inbound to Sulis. And now Tyne, who has 10 points for Richmond. White has 10 points as well. It's the front court that has been lacking for the Spiders. As Sulis turns around, credit the defense from Furman. Shulga and Bamasil. Shulga off the shot fake. Shulga kicks out. Still plenty of time to work with. Bell on the wing. 6'8" sophomore from London. And now Zed Jackson crossing over, gives it up. Bell launches the three. That's an air ball. A stop for the Spiders.
Great defense by the Spiders.
Neshkovich cut off by Furman. He draws 3 defenders, so get it to the weak side. Roach misses, boarded by Jackson.
Yeah. You need a couple of those threes to fall, Carter, to try to climb back a little bit.
Richmond has missed its last 5 looks. They've gone 4 minutes without scoring. Bamasil throws it away. Tyne comes away with it. Now can Richmond turn it into points?
Yep, swing it quickly, side to side, ball movement, play. That's it. Attack the rim. That's what they got to do. Go to the rim. Easier said than done, Carter, but swing it, move, put your head down and attack the basket.
Ending the drought at over 4 minutes for Richmond. And now Bamasil backing in. Muscles his way to the paint. Rebound by Roach, who stands his ground. White nearly lost it with a little fancy dribbling. Now White attacks. White launches the three. That's an air ball into the hands of Jackson again.
VCU gives up only 62 points a game. 39% from the field. So they're outstanding defensive team, Carter. This is not just a one-night wonder.
Furman off the look from Max Shulga. Shulga now has 3 assists. He averages 4 a game. Played in a Utah State backcourt with Stephen Ashworth, who's now at Creighton. He's averaging 7 assists a game. That was a tremendous backcourt for Utah State with Shulga and Ashworth again.
Yeah, no question.
Tyne may have dragged the pivot foot, but it's another stop for VCU. And now Bamasil is bumped, and he'll earn a trip to the free throw line as VCU's leading scorer. But mission number 1 for VCU was to take care of business. It's a rivalry game. You beat them by 41, but you're playing at their place. It's a can't-lose game for your NCAA at-large possibilities. And the Rams have indeed taken care of business. Still playing hard, too, as Bell knocks that one away from Neshkovich on the run-out chance for Richmond.
You might lose a little bit when they take Shulga out, some of the other players, Carter, but defensively, they're very athletic, strong, physical, so the defense doesn't suffer much.
Well, as Wally Zerbiak talked about on AT&T at the half, the stocks, steals, and blocks. It's right now 3 steals and 2 blocks for VCU.
We're going east and west. Got to go north and south.
Tyne pulls up, long 2, boarded by Bell. The shooting numbers are not improving for Richmond. So here's Zeb Jackson off the bounce, foul called. Neshkovich raises his hand. You rarely see that anymore in basketball.
I know. Beat by old school Virginia. Great, first time a 16 seed at UMBC beat a 1 seed. Great win for Ryan Odom and his UMBC team. Wherever he's been, he's won. Tremendous coach.
2 years at Utah State. It was 1 NCAA, 1 NIT. Out of the timeout, Jackson off the shot fake. Zeb Jackson attacks, misses at the rim, but gets his own rebound. Offensive rebound, kick out. Philip Russell. That won't go. Long rebound. Finally, Richmond controls as Jennings couldn't save it. But that all adds up. If VCU is in the NCAA tournament, either as an automatic qualifier winning the A10 tournament or as an at-large, again, that's still a question mark for the Rams, but, I mean, they're taking care of business by just winning 12 of 13, huge win over George Mason. You don't have a quad 1 win on the resume or an opportunity for a quad 1 win, but all you can ask is take care of business.
Exactly.
Furman gets the block. And here's the recipe for the Rams. Defense quickly into efficient offense.
Doing that right now. Very talented team, very quick, great athletes.
Yeah. Too much from Russell. Behind the back, stolen away by White.
Little showtime. You're up 22. You get a little bit rambunctious.
Neshkovich. It's maybe too little too late from Neshkovich, but he's starting to get his flow. 9 points in the game. Played 4 years at Dartmouth and earned his degree in economics, and now in the Robbins School of Business. Data analytics here at Richmond for Neshkovich. There's Furman on the offensive end as well. So both Bamboye and Furman have given them some offense as well as shot blocking tonight.
Nice drop set by Furman. Defense is on his left shoulder. He went baseline. Nice finish by the big guy.
This is Colin Tanner who attacks. The sophomore spins in the paint. Offensive rebound. Walls. Furman may have got a piece of that one too. So Jackson bumped by Neshkovich. So VCU's net of 31. We're going to show you net 31 through 40 because look at some of the teams who are behind VCU in the net. Oregon has 9 quad 1 wins. They're at 32. And most of those teams at the top are considered locks for the NCAA tournament field. And then you get into the bubble teams. UConn, Texas, Arkansas, Georgia is winning big tonight. And don't forget about UC San Diego from the Big West. UC Irvine and UC San Diego, 2 terrific teams from that league. There's still an at-large possibility for UC San Diego.
Yeah, the great leagues like SEC, Big 10, Big 12 are taking up so much of the bids card, the at-large bids. Not many left for some of the other conferences.
In fact, Jerry Coleman projects right now 3 at-larges from everybody outside the Big 5, which would include the Big East.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
And to Beagle. Beagle gets it again on the repost. Shulga rips it away. Max Shulga eyes up, but Tyne gets the steal. So now Richmond brings it back. Tyne's going to pull it back out. Beat Artis White. Hits the 2 and transition. Timeout. Richmond. Chris Mooney sees some life out of his Spiders team, but VCU still up by 20. There's a lot of NCAA tournament history between Ryan Odom, VCU, and the Richmond Spiders.
Amazing. I mean, Ryan Odom to beat Virginia. Tony Bennett is an unbelievable coach, and for Ryan Odom and his UMBC squad to knock him off was an unreal upset.
That 2011 VCU team that just snuck into the tournament and went to the Final Four, they were 4th in the Colonial that year.
Yeah, it's amazing, yeah.
Jackson misses, but Brandon Jennings has the offensive rebound. Finally clipped. Well, that's a tough rebound for the 5'10" B. Artis White, although he may have tweaked a little something in his left hip. Neshkovich off the shot fake into the corner. Colin Tanner buries the three. The sophomore from Creedmoor, North Carolina. He's playing a lot of minutes since Rumaglu got injured. We haven't even mentioned that injury for Richmond. Apostolos Rumaglu, who was a terrific rebounder and defender, he's out for the rest of the season with a right knee injury, so Tanner's gotten most of his minutes.
Yep.
Shulga dumps it off. Jennings misses off the window. Tap from Furman, now rebounded by Jonathan Beagle. Neshkovich lost the handle. Fifth-year senior from Bosnia and Herzegovina with an Ivy League degree.
Yep.
Shot clock winding down. Here's Neshkovich. Bounce it into the corner. Tanner again. Back-to-back threes for Colin Tanner.
Down 14. Spiders got some fight in him.
He had hit 8 threes all season and then triples on back-to-back possessions for the sophomore Colin Tanner.
Carter, every game, as you know, is a completely unique situation. Anything can happen.
Jennings misses. Can't corral the rebound, out of bounds. Richmond ball. 8 straight for Richmond. Gillen here in Richmond, Virginia. All right, it's 8 straight for Richmond. I know, Pete, you're never giving up on anything. You're not giving up on the Spiders.
I don't give up on the Spiders. It's a 40-minute game. My old boss, once again, Dick Felt, 40-minute game. Once again, it'd take a miracle. Take me to get a date with some beautiful, model, which I don't want to do, marry. But, anything can happen. But, hey, credit the Spiders. They're playing with a big heart, Carter.
Well, the big men for VCU have stepped up. They're known for their shot blocking acumen, Bamboye and Furman, but giving them some offensive lift tonight as well. They've combined for 12 points. That's more than their average. And if you start getting offense out of Bamboye and Furman, then VCU has a whole different element.
Exactly. No, they're doing it on both ends of the court. Defense and offense.
Out of the timeout, VCU again picks up full court. Bamboye in the backcourt defending. He has stayed out of foul trouble tonight. Bamboye only has 1 after he was limited foul trouble on Saturday versus George Mason.
Big possession for both teams now.
Off the look from B. Artis White. It's a 10-0 run for Richmond. Steal. Tanner takes it away and dumps it off. Neshkovich straight away. Forget about it. 13 straight for Richmond.
Big Phelps is right, Carter. 40-minute game. This VCU team's a lot of points. Good timeout by Rhino.
Timeout. VCU.
They're pressing now. 1, 2, 2, 3/4 court zone press. They've been doing that for part of the second half.
4 minutes ago, VCU led by 22. And now Richmond has it down to 9.
Big possession now. Got to quiet the bleeding. Bamasiel Shulga to shoot it now from the Rams.
They go into Bamasiel. He kicks it over to the weak side, and now Philip Russell. Russell launches the 3 over Neshkovich. Boarded by Bamasiel. Offensive rebound for the Rams. And now Bamasiel on the baseline. Knocked away from Bamboye. Tyne gets the steal. Anything can happen in the last 5:36.
Exactly. Big possession once again.
Tyne crosses over, finds Neshkovich for 3.
Good look.
Rebound by Bamasiel.
Get the ball to Bamasiel, let him attack the basket.
Ryan Odom directing from the VCU bench in no rush right now. Shulga finds Bamasiel for 3. Again, Neshkovich defending out of bounds. It is Richmond basketball that is not reviewable outside of 2 minutes, even though VCU thought it should be their basketball.
It looked like it was the Rams ball call.
That could have been off of time. But regardless, Richmond has held them scoreless almost 5.5 minutes. 13-0 run. Time, attacks, floats, well short. Rebounded by Bamboye, and then a foul committed by Beagle. The 6th team foul. So not shooting yet, and just the first personal on Jonathan Beagle.
Richmond's in a 1-2-2, three-quarter court zone press. Doing that for a good part of the second half.
Russell, they just get it across. Did they? It's 10 seconds. It's a turnover by VCU. Richmond goes to the three-quarter court press and gets a backcourt violation turnover.
VCU's not playing like VCU that we saw most of the game.
5 turnovers in the last 5 minutes, 40 seconds by the Rams.
Giant possession now for both teams.
8 second-half turnovers by VCU after only 3 in the first half.
Yep. Credit the defense by Richmond.
Tyne off the inbound. They'll play through walls at the high post. Neshkovich attacks. Bamboye knocks it away. And now VCU runs. And we're going to have a stop down. I think that basket does not count. I believe that basket's not going to count because Bamboye is hurt back on the other end. And Chris Mooney is not happy. Chris Mooney's not happy.
Well, he got hit with the body.
He just got teed as well. Chris Mooney just got a technical foul from A.J. Desai. And this all goes back to the no call, and then Bamboye hurt, so Bamboye is still hurt. So
he got hit in the nose, Carter, on the drive by Neshkovich.
And it was a quiet technical foul without much fanfare.
Yes, Coach Mooney here now. We see he's driving, 2 guys on him.
Oh. And he got popped in the face as well. I think both Neshkovich and Bamboye.
Yeah, I thought he got hit. I thought Neshkovich got hit. That's why Mooney went crazy. I think he's right. There was a foul on that.
And you know what was odd about that? It looked like Mooney may have been teed early in that encounter, and then there was a question about whether there was a technical foul, so then A.J. Desai signals technical foul a second time. Just to clarify, there was the tee on Mooney, but here's the no call.
Yeah. Okay. I thought he fouled him, I thought. Bamboye, Carter, I thought, reached in, hit him.
So Bamboye on the bench, Christian Furman into the game for VCU. What could be a turning point? It's Bamasiel kicking, and then Bamasiel gets the offensive rebound, back up with it on the offensive glass. Joel Bamasiel, VCU back up by 13. So 4 straight for VCU after Richmond cut it to single digits. Artis White gives it up. Time. Critical possession for Richmond. That's out of bounds off of Bamasiel. Spiders keep it. And that will send us to an official timeout. Can't put another big loss at the end of the season on your resume. Same case for Ryan Odom and VCU here in this one.
That rings true. Yeah, you got to take care of the ball. Win the game you're supposed to win.
Here's Neshkovich with the shot clock winding down. This time he is fouled and he hits the deck hard. He went right into the signage on the baseline. Jack Clark is called for the foul.
Yep. Good call. Got to admire Richmond, Carter. They didn't roll in. It could have been 40 points like last game, 41.
Well,
He showed some fight.
We're going to put this to the test. 33 straight made free throws by Dusan Neshkovich back to January 18.
All right, Claude, I'm not going to look one eye. I'm going to look.
First attempt of the night. It's 34 straight.
Good job.
He is second in the A10 free throw percentage shooting. St. Joe's Xavier Brown just slightly better than Dusan Neshkovich. His first trip to the line, but it couldn't be more critical.
If you make this now, go into their full court press. 1-2-2, three-quarter court zone press.
Neshkovich gets them both. 35 straight from the free throw line. 3.5 to go. What was a 22-point game halfway through the second half. Still yet to be determined. But VCU easily gets out of whatever pressure Richmond offers this time. And Shulga gets right to the rim. That's too easy.
Yeah. Veteran player.
13 points for Shulga. His first bucket of the second half. Tyne beats the pressure from VCU. Tyne slips all the way to the rim. Mikkel Tyne. Quick two for the Spiders.
Yeah. Tyne's had a great game for Richmond.
12 points, 6 straight double-figure scoring games for Mikkel Tyne. Furman with
And a mismatch.
Van Boye on the bench. Yeah, he's got a smaller defender on him.
Exactly. Furman's got a little guy on him.
Shulga drops it off. What a look to Christian Furman. Shulga dumps it inside. 4 assists for Shulga.
Tremendous player. In my mind, I think he's the MVP of the A10 card. He's terrific. Bambaseel's great, but Shulga's got so much poise. Veteran player.
The artist White gives it back to Mike Walls. Then now Neshkovich, it's ripped away. Clark Shulga tips it ahead into the hands of Clark. He spins, gets to the rim, foul called. It began with defense and Shulga ripping it away and then tipping it ahead to Clark.
Yeah, Shulga, good ball handler, spins right to the basket. There we go. He shares the ball, right inside, mismatch. They switched on Furman. He gets dirty. Look at this. Shulga again. He's doing it all. Terrific player.
That's what you would call a winning play.
Yeah, terrific player.
Jack Clark to the free throw line after the foul was on B. Artist White, his second, and Clark gets the first. Clark's first trip to the free throw line. He's a 76% foul shooter. VCU's a good free throw shooting team as well, 73%.
Transfer from Clemson.
After 4 years at LaSalle and 1 year at NC State. Richmond needs something in a hurry now. They got it from 22 down to 9, but under 2 minutes, not impossible, but
not
nearly impossible.
Yeah, not against his veteran team, no, it's not going to happen.
And Tyne off the window, there's Max Shulga with a rebound, quick outlet pass Russell, but Russell, being a veteran, pulls it back out to run clock, and now into the hands of Zeb Jackson, and what's looking like win number 23 of the season for VCU. And a season sweep of their rival. Shulga buries the triple. Down the stretch, Max Shulga has taken the Rams on his shoulders.
Tremendous player. Poise, talent, experience, got it all.
Nearly transferred to Villanova in the offseason, but came back to VCU for his 5th year of eligibility. That was the best win of the summer for VCU.
No question. First team preseason, all A10.
Poked away. Jackson gets the steal. Jackson drops it off. Clark, exclamation point for VCU. They lost on their last trip last season to the Robbins Center. Richmond gave them a test in the second half, but VCU passes that test with flying colors with under a minute to go. So the can't-lose game for VCU's NCAA at-large chances After a scare in the second half, the Rams will pull away, remain atop the A10, and avoid the bad L on the NCAA tournament resume.
Exactly. They're in great shape. Once again, they got a few more games. Can't stub their toe, but right now they're in the driver's seat.
Davidson is next, then at Duquesne, and then they close the regular season home versus Dayton. Clark down the baseline into the corner. That's Philip Russell. Rebound to Richmond, but Tanner just dribbles it out. It is academic now as VCU will win both games over Richmond, both by double digits. More fight from the Spiders tonight, but VCU wins it 78-60, and the 95th Capital City Classic. So now VCU has won 11 of 14 in the Capital City Classic. VCU sweeps the season series against their rival from 6 miles down the road, Richmond, 78-60. Rams over the Spiders tonight, all alone atop the A10. And Pete Gillen is with the victorious Rams, Ryan Odom and Max Shulga.
Thank you, Carter. Great win for you. A rivalry game. They made a run at you. How'd you overcome that run when they really came at you strong?
Yeah, the timeout helped us. You know, we were able to talk to the guys and just calm them down a little bit. We lacked a ton of focus. They were doing a great job. There was no give in them tonight. They fought the entire night. You got to give them a lot of credit. You know, during that stretch right there, they really put it on us and put a lot of game pressure on us.
Yeah.
Like, because when you're up like we were there, and then all of a sudden you lose the lead like that, and it gets inside of 10. Yeah. It gets a little hairy at that point. Yeah.
What is it like having a guy like Max Shulga on your team now, right, when things get tough?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything. It started while he was in the game, and then we took him out because he was a little bit stinky, quite honestly.
Yeah.
And then we put him back in there, and he was rested, and he just did a really nice job, you know, finishing it out. He's a monster.
He's great. Well, thank you, Coach. Max, great win for you. You stepped up in the second half. How did you able to do it?
You know, we're talking about it before the game, like. They were not gonna, like, we had to throw away the first game out the window. You know, this is a brand new game. It starts 0-0, so you know, we knew coming out of halftime that they were gonna they had to have a run at some point. You know, and it came from us really not being totally focused, like Coach said. You know, we just let it go there for a second, but we had to quickly just regroup and just finish the game.
How about your defense, Max? I mean, your defense seems to get your offense going. How important is that to your team's great year so far?
It's important for everybody to play defense, but you know, that was one of my main focuses in the offseason to get better at, be better at consistently putting the effort on defense and just, you know, being quick on my feet, being smart on defense, and being intense. So it's the key to all of our games for everybody to be locked in on the defensive end.
Thank you, Max. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.